Um, Hello to me, because nobody else is around. And today it feels like a day to be pretty authentic and happy. My mind's been busy all week, thought I'd give it a rest today and share some thoughts. Some stuff that's been coming to me for a long time. And I've been debating about how to, or if to, say anything or engage the world in any way, to be honest with you. That's what happens when the world is tough on you. And so it's come to me in many different ways that I can't be quiet about it, because there's a lot of other people that are going through similar things, and I've done a pretty good job of, despite some horrific, terrible, heinous, whatever the worst words are you could use, things done to me personally. Now with that, I still smile. With that, I still say, I know who did these things to me. I know what was done. They have not said anything to me, in most cases. Some cases indicated, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I haven't gotten a full apology for any of the most horrific things that were ever done to me. Corruption, lies, brutality. I saw white lights. I've crossed over. It's true. All these things can be scary when they're happening. And I have to admit they were. But then you come through it, because I think a long time ago, I don't even know when, I was caught up in the world of work and a lot of my personal things in my life, which I don't think this is what this is about. We all go through personal things. We all have personal betrayals. People who lied to them, people who steal from you, right? People who intentionally try to harm you, whether it be your reputation or physical harm, through their corruption and lies. And it always baffles me that we see all these churches and all these people, praying and saying good things, which I love. And I think, that's good. There's so much good in the world. Let's not mute the good, because there really is great. There's a lot of great people. It's a beautiful world, beautiful nature, so many great things going on, so many positive things. I'll tell a story real quick, because this hits the point. Many years ago, I was going through something. I was in the city at the time. I spent the night, and the next day I decided I'm going to take the day off, because I was going through something. I just want to unwind and do something different. I don't know, something came across me. So I went into CVS. I bought one of those bouncy balls. It's like a big basketball, kickball, that type of ball. It was shaped like the world, painted like the world. And I started walking around New York City. And I don't know where the idea came from, but I wanted to throw the ball to people just to see how they would react, because my interpretation of the world that time was everybody was really coming down on me pretty hard. And quite honestly, I'm a very good person. I struggle to lie. I can't lie. I can't steal. I can't manipulate. I can't intentionally harm. I'm only wired to be happy. I'm extremely sensitive to energies that are negative or lower vibration, or try to harm or hurt. But I was brought up in an environment that allowed me to be tough to that, to accept that, and know that I was better than that, and be okay with that, until that really came upon me, and hurt me even more than it did in my earlier life. And that's why I'm here talking right now. But that day I walked around the city and took the ball, feeling anxious. I remember the first time. I remember where I was. I could see. And I threw the ball. The streets were crowded like New York City. I just tossed it lightly to somebody who sort of caught eye contact with me. I let it bounce. Boom. It bounced into their hands, and they caught it, and they giggled, and they threw it back to me. And that gave me the encouragement to keep going. I walked the entire New York City that day doing that. Now you can imagine how many people I threw the ball to. I was throwing them over crosswalks. Just calm, fun, happy face. Have a good day. Life is great. I did that all day. Statistic. Out of every 10 people I threw it to, 9 of them smiled, picked it up, laughed, threw it back to me. Out of those 10, 1 of them, without fail, would give me a look as if I was doing something wrong and the ball was bounced softly, not thrown out. And they let it go by and give me an evil eye. And 100% of the time, 100% of the time, there would be somebody behind them, a stranger, that would pick the ball up with a smile and throw it to me, often saying, "What's wrong with that person?" And I go, "I don't know, have a great day." What's the point of that story? Well, I did it, I had courage to do it, but it's the stat. It's the world we're living in. You could watch the media, that's the 1. You could look around, there's the 9 around you that are having fun at the beach or at the park or teaching their children the right lessons, showing them how to behave appropriately by example, showing them how to be truthful, honest, not to deceive. Sometimes relationships in parents isn't the right thing for them, but showing children that even though it didn't work out, we have God in us, and God in us is love in us, so we never wanted to hurt each other. In fact, aren't children the magic of relationship, of marriage? And so let's protect our children with these things, right? Let's be the 9. Let's not be the 1 that thinks that they control the world and they have a problem and they can cast judgment. Let me tell you this very honestly and very true. We should all know this by now, but surprisingly we don't. We, all of us, do not have the right to judge another. That is left to a higher power. Wherever you lay that higher power, that's fine. We don't have the right to walk around judging, casting judgment. What does that mean? Gossip is judgment. It's a vehicle, it's a system for judgment. Spending your time talking about other people or how you think they feel or why they did this or what you would have done. You should be spending that time thinking about your own actions, what you could be doing for yourself to make sure you're happy, you're in relationships that are healthy and happy, that your world is good, that you're taking care of yourself and the things you love and care for. And I think with that, the gossip goes away and the drama goes away. So I, like many others, have experienced a brutal world. And so I prayed to God, and for a long time, I guess a lot of people call me a hermit or something like that. I don't know. It's fun being a hermit when the world is tough. Didn't mean I stay inside. I literally have cut everybody out of my life. Doesn't mean I don't love them. I do. I cut them out because I love them. Because if I didn't cut them out and take a step forward and show them leadership to my 7 children who I love very much, but through deceit and lies, corruption, cruel actions, lies, slander, breaking of laws, moral conflicts here all over. I don't want to get into it because it's not about that. I think my so-called enemies, who I don't have, if anyone considers himself an enemy, that's your choice. I don't have any enemies. I'm peaceful. I'm love. I forgive. I've been through a process. I'm confident in how I say that. Now, my levels of love are different. Some love I want to hang around with a lot. Other love, I love you, but your energy's not helping me. So it's best if I stay by myself, because you're not doing anything to raise me up, to make me feel better. In fact, your actions, your lies, your deceit are pulling me down. Which brings me to thank you for doing that. And I mean it. I actually sincerely mean it. If these things did not happen to me, I wouldn't feel as good as I do right now, understanding the full truth of this world. So I went back and I did some soul searching. I said, I'm going to connect with God. I was already connecting with God. I've been connecting with God since I was an infant. I've had all sorts of great life experiences, and God's been there with me ever since I was born. Always with me. We live in a physical world, but there is a spiritual world. I guarantee it's come to everybody. I guarantee you've seen it, probably. Well, that's the past. I'm telling you, you can see it now if you want to. I'm very spiritual. So religion. I grew up in Catholic. I have a heart. I love the Catholic stories. I love the story of Jesus. You know, somebody who put himself out there, walked some tough paths. We know the story of Jesus. And we all praise it. Do we look around and see the world 100% acting like that? No, we see a lot of people doing that, though. Let's give them a holler and kudos and thank you for doing everything great, because there's so many people out there that do live like that do see somebody who needs help and stop to ask them, is there something I can do, if they can. And they also recognize sometimes it's not their position to be helping. So don't just poke their nose into everything. Sometimes we need to figure things out on our own. Those are the best lessons learned. You know, a parent can sweep in and fix the situation, but I didn't learn much from that. If I'm left on my own to, do my own equations, put my own facts together, I come out of that a lot stronger, a lot smarter. Humility is something we all need to grasp onto quite a bit. Who we were in the past does not need to be who we are right now, including who I was yesterday. It doesn't mean I'm changing or I'm fake. At the core, I am authentic to good, light, love. I believe in the universe. How can't you? I believe in the mystery and the magic. How can't you? I don't believe in creating stories that, seem to, I want to use the right words here, stories that are, quite honestly, there's a lot of lies out there. There you go. Let's just be as authentic as possible. There's good in these stories, but there's lies. And so what I did personally was I went back and said, let me just take everything that I'm seeing. Let me go back, and there's a lot of great resources out there to do this. There's a lot of great people that are very spiritually evolved and can help you with advice. I think the one thing you really need to anchor on before you start is, number one, we all have free will. That means we can choose if we want to sit in a bad environment or get our stuff up and move. We could choose if we want to work at that job we don't like, or go do something that's more meaningful with more purpose. We can choose if we're going to pick up the phone if we know that person's only trying to bring us down. If their negative energy is only here to cause drama, well, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't start the fight, and I don't need to prove that I'm wrong or right because you think you can judge me. With mutual respect, I'll engage that conversation because we must have a relationship. But if you burnt the bridge and you don't have that relationship anymore, and I've given you so many chances to meet me where I am, well, then I drew a boundary. I said I pray, and I do every day for everybody, that while life can be a hard journey, duality exists, we learn. I pray for all those who don't see the light as brightly as I do, or don't feel the love and the forgiveness like I do, because I do fully. I fully embody these things. I pray for those who don't, that a spark is lit within them so they can start or continue a path, a life journey, to find their purpose, to bring themselves joy and happiness and love, so that they can then, with that, bring that back to our community, God's community. Words, God, is one that we all get caught up on. You can use the word God around here, and immediately before you get into the meaning of love, you start to get into a little bit of a back and forth. Well, I don't believe in God, I believe in God, or I have a different name for God. Do we all believe in love and unity and getting along and doing things the right way? That's what I believe. Do I believe God's a male or a female? I believe God is everything. Everything with a conscious is God. You're God. I'm God. We're all God. God made us in the like of God. The universe is God. Earth is God. That's how I believe. That's how I live my life. I respect everything as if it's God. I respect myself the same way. Everybody should be thinking this way, instead of building systems that are not meant to support that type of thinking. So over the years, God said, you know what, let's the world evolve. God's patient. We could all take that page. Instant gratification or satisfaction is what the world has turned into. With the phones, with this, we know it, right? So I don't have to go into the debate about it. But if we put the phones away, like I do often, and people often say, you never call me back. I'm like, when did you call me? I called you this morning. What time is it? It's like 4. I put my phone away for the day. Is that okay? I didn't know you were going to call this morning. Did we have plans? I wanted to stop by. Why? You know, it's like, I don't mean to be cynical about it or come across that way, but these are like things I'm started getting back to. Is like, when did the world become, we think it's okay to judge other people. We think it's okay to gossip about people. We think it's okay to build a system of corruption. I went to jail for 2 weeks. Now again, I pray for those who put me there. I hope they find the light within, the love within, and I hope that, you know, when karma comes to them, they understand their lessons. Karma's real. God's real. It's all real. And I pray for love and light, and I pray for them to feel good in understanding that was a lesson. I'm thankful for the lesson they learned, and I pray they evolve into a better soul. I do. So I picked this phone up today because I've been thinking about picking it up for a year. I don't think I was ready. But I went to jail for 2 weeks. There's a story there. I'm going to share it at some point. But I'll guarantee you this. I did nothing wrong. I'll also guarantee you this. A lot of other people did a lot of bad things. Corruption. All forgiven if they want. Make things right. Stop harassing me. Make things right. Embrace the love within you. Evolve. Accept that you did something wrong. And start doing good things. That's what I would pray for. As for me, I've been defined by a world of what I grew up in, and I'm very thankful for all the love and the relationships and all the great memories of things doing in life up until this moment, all the great people, the family, the love, just the terrific times I love. I've learned so much through love that way. And then the hard times, like I said, you know, even my closest have betrayed me, lied to me, hurt me, wanted me buried, you know, like things like that. And this isn't meant to hurt anybody. And if you're somebody I know and you're taking this personally, well, then maybe I was talking about somebody else. And maybe you just realized that there's something in you that you never surfaced out. Because if you're feeling guilty about it, that must be something within you, not within anything I said. I never said a name of anybody. Right? So use that as a gift. If you're feeling something, you don't have to come to me and talk about it. Just go get yourself better. Love yourself more. Because the ingredient is this. Pride is not a sin when you love yourself to the point of God. God wants you to be happy. God wants you to be joyful. God wants you to enjoy the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth. All these wonderful things. Your body is magic. It's got so many capabilities. Stay in shape, keep yourself fit. But it's not just about looking good. It's about feeling good. And once you start to do some things like I practice yoga, you start to unlock chakras that are energy centers within your body that connect to each other, that allow you to ignite a process that enlightens your soul, your spirit. It's called Christ Christos, right? Your heart connects to your brain, your crown chakra grows off. I've been through the process. It's not easy, but it's you and yourself and God and the spirits that help you, your angels. There's a lot of things out there that are very magical. It's a tough thing to go through, but it's so invigorating, so exciting when you start to see the world differently, when the veil comes up. The veil of, there's always this saying of, well, Rome wasn't built in a day. And nobody really hears this one, but I say it back often. Well, when did Rome come down? I thought they just renamed it. It's things like that. It's just a thought provoker, right? Because if you think about the times before culture and civilization, where we have a lot of industrial things like that, laws, these things are necessary for society. Humans are bringing order to the earth. That's really what this is. We're figuring out, we're evolving on how do we interact with each other, and duality plays into that. We learn lessons from being tempted, from maybe making the wrong decision. We understand what the repercussions of those things are. So let's learn those lessons and let's not do it again. And then evolve. And not live to die, but live for that eternal life which exists. I have crossed and seen white lights. I am not the only person to say this. You can Google, internet, there's shows, there's tons of very well vetted, authentic stuff out there regarding these topics. So I just hope that sparked you to go look, because when you look, it's not about going to church on Sunday and getting dressed up and saying you went. When you look, you're spending time to calm your soul, calm your thoughts. You're getting comfortable within. Your brain will slow in thought pattern where the truth can settle within you. And you could realize some things. There's some things we all do that aren't great, and we get better. If we're on this path, that's the goal. You don't have to get hung up on the mistake or the mistake somebody made to you. You gotta love yourself. That was number one. I'm back to that. Love yourself. Right? Respect yourself. This is a big one. I'm a kind person. I give my heart away. I always have. First to show up, last to leave. I'm a pleaser. I always look around the room and I see the temperature. If somebody looks uncomfortable, I try to make them comfortable. It's who I am. I care. In relationships, I'll go above and beyond to try to make it work. Or I would have. But I'm learning that I need to care about myself and the people I love, who I was fighting for, to say, you're not acting the right way. There's no way in heck I would never call you or contact you. There's no way in heck I would sit on the sidelines and watch you suffer. There's no way in heck I'd watch other people do this to you and not get next to you and let you use your voice and let them know I'm standing with you. There's no way in heck I would let them arrest you and sit in a courtroom or sit in jail for 2 weeks and not have one family member really. And that's not to the family. I really don't want to. I have no ill will on my family. But it puts you in a reality of saying, let me go self-analyze what's going on. And guess what? I'm sorry to say, but my evolved thinking is more spiritual. Because I don't like the way the society is acting. So in a peaceful way, I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to talk about it. I think fighting is ridiculous. I think violence is ridiculous. I'm not one for protesting with bullhorns and, all that, the power of prayer and meditation in one collective conscience is huge. So I'm going to be working on things like that. How can we bring communities together with purpose to say, let's pray for love. But not only pray, let's then go out and live it. When it's in our mindset every day, and we see somebody sitting on the side of the curb with, tears in their eyes. Well, yesterday we might have walked past them, but because we changed our practices and our mindset, we might have been able to just make them smile. We don't have to fix their day. Just let them know somebody cares about them. And everybody's not walking by. Hey, you okay? I'm fine. Hey, don't worry, you got this. It's a beautiful day. Thank you. I've done that a lot of times. It works. I don't like to pat my back on what I do, but I wake up and try to make people feel better. And you might be one of those people. That's what I do. Every job I've had wasn't about the money, it was about the people. I got to do something I like, I got to make money in this world. So I gravitated to jobs where I could interact with people. I became very successful in the corporate career. I had a large department for a very big company. And the best part about it was the people. 400 plus people, and it was fun because of the people. Not everybody was, it's like a mix of society, everybody's at different levels there, but anyway. I sit here now putting this video up. Maybe not today, maybe another day, but I wanted to document how I feel because on my journey I've been videotaping a little bit, and I'll probably post this at some point. The story goes like this. I'm sitting here today, fully ascended, Chowne Chakra, still working through emotions. But I'll get through them. And I'll have a great day. I'll be fine, and I'll figure it out. But I haven't done the service to the community by letting them know that I've been through this process and it's helped me, and I'm going to be better today, and I'm going to be better tomorrow. I'm going to be better. Everything's going to be fine no matter what the situation. It's not about money. I could live on the street and I'll be fine. I don't want to. I want a bed, I want safety, I want security, I want comfort. I want the simple things. I don't need obnoxious things. Probably, I'm looking right in front of me here. There's one thing I have too many of. I think I can get rid of a few guitars. But why not end on that topic? Music is a huge piece of something that could really make people feel better. We are vibration, we are frequency, we are energy. Our energy comes from within us. If we wake up in the morning with the anxiety and we walk out the door rushing and, we're having bad thoughts on our mind, the day is going to proceed accordingly. I got myself into a habit of watching the words I put in my head, making sure I'm positive in my head. I can get through anything. I'll figure it out. All right, that happened. It's a lesson learned. What next? When I wake up, I put my 2 feet on the ground out of my bed right there. And the first thing I do is say, thank you, God. I'm very blessed to be here right now in a great spot that God somehow got for me. Because this place that I live right now has been healing for me. But I've been on such a journey that I'm going to be fully authentic right now. I was falsely arrested, falsely accused, falsely slandered. My children don't talk to me because people lied to them about who I am and what I've done. I've never slandered anybody else, including anybody who slandered me. I've never said a bad thing about anybody. Yet a lot of bad things have been said about me, and I don't have a relationship with 7 beautiful children because of that. That's tough. I've shed quite a bunch of tears on this one because I thought for sure it would have changed by now, but I'm not going to worry about it. God's got a plan, and God's got divine timing, and whatever be. We all learn from this. And if I didn't step out and do this first, I wouldn't be living the spiritual life, which I am right now, and I'm going to live way more vibrant than I am right now. Because I'm sitting right here, and what a God gift is to me, of comfort, love, security. And now, because I'm ascending, I guess, or something, I went to jail for 2 weeks. Because of a completely made up false accusation. Not only that, it's not the accusation, it's all of it. You can go right into the courtroom, right into the cell, right into everywhere. To the one that's going to ask you to vote for them. To the one that's going to, pave the road. To the one that's got a Mason Lodge. I don't know. That's just saying. That last one, Mason Lodge, let's just take that one out of there. I'll probably have to cut that out. Maybe. Because I don't know that to be true at all. But I do know there's secret organizations, this is probably where I'm going there, that do try to limit our knowledge. And America was built. There was a Kenna back in the Founding Fathers days. I haven't looked into that one too much. Erased from history, though. Taken out of the history books. I don't know. That's one I want to explore. At one point I came across that and said, I'll figure out if there's something there, but I never went back to it. And a mystery. Could be, couldn't be. I don't know. There's a lot of good things in my family. I got a book over here, The Maine. My great-grandfather's in that book. He got a Congressional Medal of Honor. He was on the Maine military. Got a Congressional Medal of Honor for saving someone's life. Honor, integrity. God bless him. God bless the family. I have another grandfather who got a Purple Heart. World War II. Same name as me. I'm very blessed on that one. He always brings a tear. That wasn't supposed to happen. But anyway, that's the authenticity. I have good people that I come from. Good roots. And instead of getting sad about that, I've learned to say I have good roots. And in knowing I have good roots, and knowing how sensitive I am, because that's true, to pain and heartache and hurt, I sit here today, a hermit who has 7 children, who has lineage and ancestors, lots of cousins and family, and just tons of people I've met in my life. Watch, I'll make this better. I will make this better. Because this is good, because this is how I do it. Because this pain this is not common lately. But authenticity, I'm going to address it on the camera right now. Maybe I'll post this, because what happens is I have to address it. I have to say, okay. And so many great things. I have a beautiful place to stay right now, which is triggering this because I've had money stolen from me. Lots of money stolen from me. I've mentioned through corruption and lies and manipulation, been put in jail, had my family taken from me or lied to, I don't know. And then still thankful for all of it so I could grow and be this person, but occasionally that pain still hits because I find myself sitting here saying, yeah, there's nobody I can call that I could feel like I could talk to. about this. And I know I'm not alone in these thoughts, because part of my journey has been I went on a big road trip with my dog, and I went out just to see what I could see that time, and went to Florida, drove just around different places, 4 weeks. It was great. Learned every place is unique, but there's an underlying story. It's the same story I'm telling, and I met so many people that God just, they were just random, but they're going through similar things, and I didn't seek them out, and I didn't keep their numbers in most cases or anything. It was just more of, well, this seems like it was meant to be. I was supposed to see that this is a widespread problem, right? And so part of that journey has also been, look at the internet. We are controlled by social media. Everybody's so addicted to it. First, I took myself off it, and I said, well, I can't. I went to go back on it, but I found myself, I might get sucked into this bullcrap too. So I went to YouTube. Let me just see what's going on. Nope, there's communities talking about this stuff. Okay, let me tune into that. Let's see what they're talking about, because now I'm tapped off here. I'm connecting. My intuitions are strong. We have capabilities within our bodies that are very real. The spiritual community knows about it. The psychic community knows about it. You don't drive around any town and not see a psychic sign, do you? How do you stay in business? Jesus talked about it. It's evident, it's true. And if you don't believe it, it's because you're listening to a lower vibration person who's trying to create fear about it because they don't know how to do it, and it scares them. So, in telepathy, yep, I often pray to a community. But anyway, a spiritual community of love, light. Yeah. And I found myself really comfortable in doing that and finding out how life falls into place for me when it does, and letting go and flowing in an unseen world sometimes, rather than what I can physically see, but trusting my intuition, which often leads me to some good stuff, God stuff, great stuff. Love it. I've seen some great things. I've experienced some great things. I didn't go to just grab my phone and post it on social media, because that was for me, and I was looking. And I've been on this journey all my life, but one of the things that really kick-started my journey, well, a few things did. There was big moments. One was, I don't even remember where it came from, but it was God. It was, when you notice me, I notice you. When you notice me, I notice you. I was living by the beach. I went down to the beach. I laid down on the ground. I looked up in the sky. That was this earlier part of my really grasping the spirituality of things. I was staring in the sky. So what's that? Light. Moving fast. But if I fixated my eye on it, I realized that this was something. And it'd go around, and come in closer, and it would do that. And then there was a few of them. So I'm going to stop there because it gets really cool after that, and I'll save that. But I have some video of some of that stuff. And we'll just not make it too unbelievable at this moment. The video will help with that one, but I never planned on just proving anything, because my journey became, I'll be a hermit. I'll live with my dog. Hopefully, through the chance of God's guidance, I'll find somebody that loves me and I love them. And if that doesn't happen, I'm not going to be the guy chasing it around. There was a point in my life where I felt like I needed that so much. And I do want it. quite honestly, there's nothing better than love and romance and living a life together with somebody. I mean, it's got to be the right person, right? And I'm thankful for the relationships I had, but they didn't work out. And I wish them the best. I really do. I want them to be, those people to be happy. I do. I mean that. I want happiness. Us together wasn't happy. It was at one point, and we changed. But my love and wanting them to be happy never changed. And I probably was overcommitted to those relationships, but not to create any like drama about the relationship. Personally, I probably took myself too far and let myself, get emotional about it. Very emotional about it. It really shut me down when these things didn't work out. So I put up walls. Well, do I want another one? Of course I do. At the right time, and the right person, and God will present that to me. That's the way I think about it. If and when, and cool or not, but living right now. Anyway. So I sit here, nobody to talk to. That's fine. I got rid of that one too. I went on YouTube. I saw there's a community doing this. But what did I find? There's some really authentic people out there doing this. I used my own psychic abilities to see what came through on their end to validate them. So I could see who was real, who wasn't, who was just figuring it out and giving it a shot. And the figuring out, give it a shot, keep going. Trust yourself more. I saw some people that look like they just might have just started doing it. I'm like, whoa, they got it. I've seen people just making stuff up, knowing that maybe it was me watching, trying to fool me. Fool me. Well, if you know me, if you came across me, if you ever interacted with me, if you ever judged me as somebody who didn't know something, you came to find out that's not true whatsoever. If you ever thought I was a fool and somebody who just lets things go by and haphazardly, no, not me whatsoever. I'm a loving, caring, wonderful person who does work for himself to build his spirituality up, to hopefully create an energy to help the world grow and evolve in the same way. And whatever I do, however I do that, if I'm walking around saying hi to people, if I'm doing a job that interacts with people, that's how I do it right now. There'll probably be more to come on that too. And whether or not I post this is part of what I do, I'm going to think through that when I hit stop on this. Remember when I was crying? I'm not anymore. And that was the point I wanted to get across here. So you can get yourself through your emotions and not get stuck on them for the entire single day. Alright? Let me see if and I have to wear an ankle bracelet. Never even committed a crime. Never did anything. And I like to make up a song. It always makes me feel better, so. I guess it doesn't matter what the weather. So I'm thinking of lyrics. I like to make them meaningful. I like to sing them through my heart. I like to make them true. I guess it doesn't matter about the weather, but I hope you brought your sweater of love. You and I, we've been through it, maybe not even together, and we can see that there must be better. Take that key, would you please? Can you drive with me? Forget that, I'd rather fly today. Leave all that baggage, that trouble from the past. Come on, jump in, this suffer ain't gonna last. We're gonna fly to heaven. Bring a bag or two, 'cause we're coming back with some things that we're gonna spread around this old town. We're gonna show them the feathers and the love, the patience, the kindness from above. We're gonna tell them this is who we are. They got their free will and their decisions. I hope it goes far. I'll pray it does. But I'm living this way, and I hope that's okay, because it is okay with me. And there's no judgment here, where there's heaven on earth. Right from your birth, you know God gave you a gift or two, so just light them up. Here's a cup, go fill it up. That's what I do, it's how I live. I looked in and I conquered it, and you can too. Don't let them push you around, walk away. Take those guns, bury them every day. It's not to prove, it's to walk away. It's to have some fun with the ones that are doing the same. It's a little bit of heaven on earth. Before you're birthed back into the cosmos, yeah. Shine your light from within. Open your heart again, like it was when you were born from the womb. Light your light from heaven. Make it a 7 all day. Pray to yourself, pray any way you want. Pray the name you got, pray to anything you want. Love yourself, respect yourself, I'll do the same, and we'll walk the walk, we'll talk the talk, we'll be the bee, we'll feed the tree. Swim in the lake, we'll coast in the ocean, yeah. Give me a boat, I'll sail away after I fly in for the day and settle down on the sand to think things out, yeah. That's the way I wanna play. No game, no score today. We're all winning in heaven, together as one. One love connection. Consciously make an effort, look in and start with you, and I'll start with me. Yeah. And that's the way you gotta do it. Put your feet down and rise on through it. Like a phoenix rising above the ashes that were left on the ground by the thoughtless souls who thought they figured it out. But it's time to love them again. Pick up those ashes and say, the light's over here if you can't see, dear. Welcome to heaven on earth. It's a decision within you since your birth. Don't let them lie to you or try to deceive you into
thinking that a fear is something. No, we don't got no fear here. We got God's ears and eyes and soul. You're God, so am I. Welcome, conscious, connected, you know. Welcome to heaven.
Keep that guitar. It was an emotional journey for me, and that's how I do it. I'm gonna walk out and get some lunch. And actually, this is the thought I have doing, because God has come to me in spirit, and spirit has come to me, and it's all real. I'm not saying that, there's a physical form or anything unbelievable. Everything's believable. Look in, meditate. Do things right. Keep your head on your shoulders. There's laws and rules around this great big earth that we need to comply with, depending on the geographic region you're in, or what the people in the town believe that you're starting to hang out in. So, live your life in community with like-minded people. You put boundaries up. I'm looking to find the 144, the star seeds, the ones that were sent here to make the earth better. Well, let's just do it. Sign me up. I was already signed up anyway. Apparently I signed myself up. That's how it works. So if you want to do it too, start looking in, commit to purpose of love, and that you do see better on earth, and you do see better in community, and you do see the love around us. You see the 9, you don't see the 1. And you're not going to let that 1 get in the way of the 9. And we're going to make the world a better place through our actions. Whatever we do for a living, we're going to make sure we do it with a smile. Every smile, our energy is contagious. Let's just make it a practice not to judge people or take our bad energy and put it on other people. Let's take our good energy, put that on people, and make it a practice to fill our cups up, to make sure we have a responsibility not to judge or gossip about others, but we have a responsibility for community and service in others. Now, let's be careful about the bullhorns and the parades of protest. I say we bury the guns and start with the peaceful thoughts and actions. There's nothing to prove. When something's wrong, it proves itself. Silence will let it happen. Pray to God. God's on your side. God's magical. I pray these things to be true, and I pray for love and life in everybody's day. We'll see if I even post this. 53, Psalm 53, I like that one. Amen.